Let's talk about sex, baby. It's a subject that's often whispered about, joked about, or even avoided altogether, but it's something that connects every single one of us. Whether you're giggling with friends or feeling a little awkward, it's totally normal to be curious about how it all works. It's a topic that makes some people blush, but the truth is, it's a fundamental part of being human. Sex isn't just about romance or attraction, it's at the very core of our existence, shaping families, communities, and even the future of our species. Why do we do it? Well, the most obvious answer is reproduction. It's nature's way of ensuring that life continues generation after generation. Think about it like this. Without sex, there would be no babies. And without babies, humanity would cease to exist. Every person you know, every family you see started with this simple biological process. It's how we continue our species and pass on our genes to the next generation. This cycle of life is what keeps our world full of new faces, ideas, and possibilities. We each have a role to play in this process, whether we realize it or not. It's a team effort, involving both men and women, and it's been happening for thousands of years. Men have sperm, and women have eggs. These tiny cells are the building blocks of life, carrying the genetic information that makes each of us unique. When sperm meets egg, that's what we call fertilization. It's a microscopic event, but it's the spark that starts a brand new life. That fertilized egg grows and develops inside the woman's womb, eventually becoming a baby. Over 9 months, a single cell transforms into a tiny human ready to enter the world. So there you have it. Reproduction is the most basic reason why humans have sex. It's the foundation of life as we know it, and the reason we're all here today. But, as we'll soon discover, there's a whole lot more to it than just making babies. Sex is about connection, pleasure, and so much more, so let's keep exploring. Now you might be thinking, okay, reproduction makes sense, but why does sex have to be enjoyable? Why is it that something so essential to our survival is also one of the most pleasurable experiences we can have? It's a question that's puzzled people for generations. Why can't it just be a purely biological process like breathing or blinking? After all, those are necessary for life, but we don't exactly crave them in the same way. Well, that's where evolution comes in. Evolution isn't just about survival, it's about passing on your genes to the next generation. And nature has some clever tricks up its sleeve to make sure that happens. You see, humans have evolved to find sex pleasurable because it increases the likelihood that we'll engage in it. Pleasure acts as a powerful motivator, encouraging us to seek out the experience again and again. And the more we engage in it, the more likely we are to reproduce and keep those genes flowing. This isn't just true for humans. Many animals have evolved similar mechanisms to ensure their species continues. Think about it. If sex were a chore, something we dreaded rather than desired, we'd probably do it a lot less often, right? Imagine if it felt like taking out the trash or doing taxes. Most people would avoid it whenever possible. And that would mean fewer babies. Over time, populations would shrink, and the species could even risk dying out. Over time, nature has favored those who enjoy sex, because they're more likely to pass on their genes. The pleasure we feel is nature's way of rewarding us for doing something vital for our species' survival. It's all about survival of the fittest, and in this case, the fittest are those who get pleasure from the act of reproduction. So the next time you wonder why sex feels so good, remember, it's evolution's way of keeping life going. Let's dive a little deeper into the pleasure aspect of sex. While it might seem obvious that sex feels good, there's actually a fascinating science behind why our bodies and minds crave it so much. Human beings are naturally wired for connection, and sexual intimacy is one of the most powerful ways we experience that. Our brains are amazing organs, and they play a big role in our sexual experiences. They act as the command center, interpreting touch, emotion, and desire, and translating them into physical sensations and feelings of pleasure. When we engage in sexual activity, our brains release a cocktail of hormones including dopamine and oxytocin. These chemicals flood our system, creating a rush of euphoria and deep satisfaction that can linger long after the moment has passed. Dopamine is often called the feel-good hormone, and it's responsible for those feelings of pleasure and reward that we experience during sex. It lights up the brain's reward pathways, making us want to seek out these experiences again and again. Oxytocin, on the other hand, is sometimes referred to as the cuddle hormone because it's associated with bonding and attachment. This hormone helps us feel safe, secure, and emotionally connected to our partners. It's released during sex and other forms of physical intimacy, like hugging and kissing, and it helps to create feelings of closeness and connection. Even simple acts of touch can trigger oxytocin, reinforcing our emotional bonds. So not only do our brains reward us for having sex by making it feel good, but they also help to strengthen our bonds with our partners through the release of these powerful hormones. This beautiful interplay between our brains and bodies is what makes intimacy such a vital and rewarding part of human life. Speaking of bonds, sex is about so much more than just physical pleasure. It's a powerful way to connect with another human being on an emotional and intimate level. When we share our bodies with someone, we're also sharing a part of ourselves that we don't show to just anyone. It's a way of expressing love, desire, and vulnerability. This emotional intimacy is a key ingredient in healthy, fulfilling relationships. It deepens our connection with our partners and creates a sense of trust and security. Of course, sex doesn't automatically equal love. You can have sex without being in love, and you can be in love without having sex. But when the two are combined, it can create a powerful and unbreakable bond. Now, we can't talk about sex without talking about communication. Open and honest communication is essential for a healthy and satisfying sex life. Talking about sex can be awkward, even with a long-term partner. But it's important to remember that everyone has different desires, needs, and boundaries when it comes to sex. By talking openly and honestly with our partners, we can better understand each other's needs and desires and work together to create a sexual experience that is enjoyable and fulfilling for both of us. Remember, sex should be a source of pleasure and connection, not a source of stress or anxiety. So, talk to your partner, be open to trying new things, and most importantly, have fun.